Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make salmon with crab stuffing, and as a bonus, I'll be making a delicious sauce to go with the salmon right after this. Alright, so before we get started, let me get my knife nice and sharp. Alright, so right here I have some crab meat. This is back fin, so this is basically the lumps that's kind of broken up. Alright, so right here I'm chopping up some scallions. And also, if you can get jumbo lump, that would be better for this recipe. I could not get it at the place that I went, so I ended up getting the back fin, which is lump, it's just the lumps are broken up. Alright, so right here I'm going with some mayonnaise, some lemon juice, fresh squeeze. Alright, little yellow mustard. Went in with 1 egg, that Old Bay seasoning, that W sauce. Alright, and this is, I normally use hot sauce, but I love this sauce right here because it has garlic in it. And now I'm going in with some fresh cracked black pepper. Alright, giving that a nice mix. Alright, and this is kind of like a wet batter for the crab cakes, or for the crab mixture rather, not crab cakes, but you could use this recipe for crab cakes. Alright, so I'm breaking up some Ritz crackers. That's what I'm going to be using instead of breadcrumbs. It's going to give it more flavor. Alright, so I'm pouring that that wet mixture into the crab, and I'm going in with a little bit of breadcrumbs. Alright, so I'm giving that a nice mix so everything is nice and binded together, and pretty much I want to get it to the consistency of crab cakes. Alright, so there you go. Alright, so right here I'm just chopping up some onions for the sauce. And right here I'm mincing about 6 or 7 cloves of garlic. Also, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, I appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. It supports the channel, doesn't cost you anything, and I really would appreciate it. Alright. Alright, so I got my garlic and onions all chopped up, so now I'm gonna get my salmon nice and prepped up. So right here I'm just removing the skin. I've already removed the bones. Alright, so I'm portioning my salmon in about, 4 to 6 ounce portions, maybe like 5 ounce portions. That really doesn't matter. The size of your salmon will matter a little bit on how much stuffing that you're going to put on top of it. Alright, so right here I'm just cutting out a little pocket of the salmon meat, and I'm going to save that salmon meat and use it in another recipe. But the only reason I'm doing that is just to give the crab stuffing something to sit in. Alright. Alright, I got my salmon all prepped up. Now I'm going down with that Killer Hogs BBQ rub. I know you've seen it in my other videos. I love this seasoning, and it's going to give the salmon great flavor. Alright, right here is just a little bit of lemon pepper. And I'll be seasoning both sides. Alright, now it's time to start cooking the salmon. Going into a hot pan with a little cooking oil. So I'm not going to cook them all the way through. I just want to get a nice little sear on both sides. Alright, so I went down with the side. So basically the side that's facing up, That's the side that had the skin. So I'm going down. I want to get a nice crust on that side that the stuffing is going to go on. And this is the reason why you want to make sure your pan and oil is nice and hot, because as you can see, the salmon's not sticking. Had the pan and the oil not been hot enough, that salmon would have been sticking. You would have got a nice crust like that. All right, so I got a nice crust on the side that I'm going to stuff. Just putting that on a cookie sheet lined with foil. All right, so I formed, maybe like 2.5 ounce portions of the crab stuffing, and I'm putting that right on top. All right, going down with a little bit of that oil because there's flavor in that oil from me searing the salmon. All right, and right here I'm going down with some smoked paprika. That's just going to give it some additional flavor. All right, so I'm going into a preheated oven at 400 degrees. All right, so now it's time to get started with the sauce. So I bring my pan back up to temperature, and we're going in with some grape tomatoes. I'm gonna blister them a little bit, and then here I am going in with some onions. All right, there's also some minced garlic in there as well, and now I'm deglazing the pan with some white wine. All right, I reduced the white wine by half, and now I'm in with some heavy cream. And right here, I'm just going in with some fresh cracked black pepper. A little bit of sea salt, and you can add pepper and salt to taste. All right, so right here I'm going in with about I would have to say probably like 8 ounces of spinach. That spinach is going to wilt down, so that's why I'm doing so much. All right, giving that a nice stir. All right, so I'm gonna let my sauce simmer. I wanted to get to the consistency of maybe Alfredo. All right, I'm gonna finish it with a little cold butter, and we'll stir that in, and that's gonna complete the sauce. All right, so my salmon is all done. I just pulled it out the oven. It was in the oven for about maybe 15 minutes. All right, so right here I'm just doing a quick plate up. As you can see, that sauce is nice and creamy. I got it pretty much the consistency of Alfredo, like I said. All right, here's the star of the show, the salmon with the crab stuffing. All right, gonna put 2 pieces on the plate, right on top of the sauce. All right, so here you go. Just garnishing up real quick for the thumbnail pic, but pretty much it's done. Salmon with crab stuffing. All right, so I appreciate you for checking out this video. Definitely subscribe if you're not a subscriber. If you made it this far, you must like what you see, so please subscribe. Also catch me on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram at Cooking and Grilling with Carl. All right, so I'll catch you on the next video. God bless. Peace.